documentaries about Andrew Tate possible witness tampering and social media.
So, Andrew Tate has just been ordered to serve another 30 days in
That
detention.
one, okay.
The prosecutors have asked for another 30 days. Now, keep in mind they can do this up to 6 months. Now, here's the thing.
How
This
many
just
months is
goes
just been?
against my grain because have they been charged with anything? No. Do they know what they're charged with? Do they have any discovery? It doesn't sound like they have any
It is just
discovery.
discovering
When the
other
prosecutor comes to
crimes
court,
again.
is he saying anything new in order to keep him there another 30 days? No. So it's got to be super frustrating. And their team is absolutely shocked and whatever they are because now they'll appeal this and it'll get denied again. Matea Petrescu said the team was speechless. That's one of Tate's lawyers.
Speechless.
Here's the thing. So during this exchange that they had in court, according to one of his lawyers, the judge asked them kind of directly why they weren't at risk of flight and risk of danger to the public. Now, keep in mind, I have no doubt that, it's the multiple passports and it's the notoriety, really, of these two gentlemen. It's what's keeping him in jail. Now, keep in mind that this is a very complicated case, really complicated case. They are, according to certain articles, they have over 800 sex trafficking cases. They have 7 prosecutors and 48 cops. That's an overwhelming burden for them. A typical public defender handles between, I don't know, maybe 300 to 600 cases a year, 300 to 600 cases a year, which is a lot. And that's why you can never get a hold of them because they're always in court. They're just too busy. I handle between maybe 60 cases a year, maybe 60 to 80, if that. And I'm slammed, So you 800, that's a backlog that's almost insurmountable. And can you imagine, something this complicated and this notorious, how this affects, this already burdened prosecutor's office? Let me tell you about something that's kind of really nefarious. And if this lawyer is ever brought before any kind of disciplinary board or before a U.S. attorney, he could be in a lot of trouble. Let me tell you why. A lawyer for Tate, who is in the U.S., has reached out to one of the alleged victims. Now, the alleged victim in this case is she lives in the U.S. He reached out to her and said, if you don't retract your statement, we're going to sue you for $300 million. What do you think that is? $300 million. That, my friends, is witness tampering. You cannot do that. You can get disbarred for that. You can be charged with a felony for witness tampering. And I don't know if it's true. I haven't verified it, but it's been reported. If that's true, that person could be in just a shit ton of trouble. You just wouldn't want to do that. You can't threaten a witness to sue them if they don't retract their statement.
That's just right.
Because it is just bold-faced witness tampering. And the last thing you want is to have your lawyer go to jail before you go to trial. So now keep in mind, they can only do this for 180 days, right? That's 6 times 30 is 180. And so I think they now are on their 4th month. So they can only do this 2 more months before they either have to charge him or release him. So let's say here's the danger with dragging this out and the U.S. attorney doesn't work like this, right? You don't get preventative detention or pre-investigative detention or investigative detention. We don't have it in this country. The reason we don't have it, and I think it's better to not. Let's say they don't charge him. Let's say they get to the end of that 6 months and they don't charge him. Guess who the big martyr is against the Matrix? They just elevated their stature tenfold, right? And then they'd have to give all those vehicles back because there's no charges. And what the U.S. does is, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the Department of Justice,
trolling or something,
patient as hell, and they will let you hang yourself. You won't know what they're doing, and they accumulate whatever evidence is, and that they can. And I've seen investigations take 3, 4, 5 years, and when they finally pounce, they've got you cold on everything. And here's the difference. In the United States, when you go to court for the first time, you see a judge. If it's in federal court and the government moves for detention, within just a few days, you get a detention hearing. And so you get the opportunity to argue for bail. And sometimes they have no bail. You know, like certain cases are presumptive detention, like major drug cases. You have the opportunity to get out. But here's the thing. If you don't get out, you're charged. You get the discovery. You know what you're charged with. You have the opportunity to plan. Very difficult for the Tate team to plan when they don't know what the hell the underlying charges are going to be. They have an idea, and they have an idea who some of the witnesses are, but they don't really know. I mean, they're not getting all the discovery. You know, I'm not a fan of the Tate brothers, but I'm also not a fan of this investigative detention. I think it violates some human norms, you know, human rights norms that we have in the Western world. France has it. Other countries have it, but I don't agree. I think it violates some, you know, basic precepts that we take for granted in this country.
Especially
they have some
many of other
discovery, and according to one of his lawyers, Eugene Vidniak, he told the BBC, in all the volumes of the files, you never find one piece of paper with pornographic content to sustain the theory that the women were obliged to post pornographic content. Really? What the hell is a webcam? What is a webcam? I mean, it's exact. I mean, but in that same article, a leaked court document seen by BBC, this is BBC that's reporting this last month, outlined testimony from alleged victims claiming to be forced to earn $10,000 a month on social media platforms under the alleged threat of physical violence. That would be force, fraud, or coercion. And that's exactly what I've been talking about. But keep in mind, this is just one small little part of his case, I think. He's got the tax evasion, he's got money laundering, he's got some other corruption type charges. So we'll have to keep following this, but he's going to have at least 2 more months after this month in detention if the government seeks it. But they got to put up or shut up pretty soon. So this is Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer, talking about the gift that keeps on giving, Andrew Tate. And we'll see you next time you're a Criminal Lawyer Reacts. Make sure you subscribe.
Get out in this other videos on fake or troll. I believe in that. We'll see time will tell.